It's Knicks Mania in New York City and greater New York.
And in here.
Fans took to the streets in celebration last night after the Knicks won their first championship since 1973. They defeated the San Antonio Spurs 94-90 in a thrilling Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Oh, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, not because of that.
The celebrations are set to continue with New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who's coming up on MS Now in the next few hours, announcing a ticker tape parade in the team's honor on Thursday. Joining us now, Willie Geist, Knicks superfan, co-host of Morning Joe, and host of Sunday Today on NBC. Willie, I'm surprised your eyes are open. But
wait, are we going to not talk about what was just happening in the break and why you're out of breath? 45 seconds ago.
You saw that?
Jackie was getting down to Rihanna, and I was too, sitting here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
That's why she can't breathe.
Right.
Okay, well, now I'm going to put you on the spot back because I'm not going to say your age, but you were born 2 years after the Knicks won
You can say
their
it.
last title.
Yes, I'm 51 years old. They last won 53 years
There
ago.
you are
can
with
do the
Craig
math.
Melvin.
That was a Game 4. I was sitting with Craig Melvin and his
you were
son,
there.
Dell. That's
Oh,
my
my
wife,
God.
Christina. We were there at the 29-point comeback game, which will, I think, be the defining game of the series. But, last night was just, I don't know, I think I'm still absorbing it. It was surreal. There have been a lot of, let's just say, recent Knicks fans. And just to prove my cred on this, I grew up in New Jersey. And in the 80s, a lot of kids had Cabbage Patch dolls, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have with me this morning my cuddle toy from my youth. This is Patrick Ewing. This is,
Baby, what happened to Patrick?
like, I would suck my thumb and cuddle Patrick to bed every night. Patrick, the stuffing's coming out of him. He's been
Wait,
stitched
does
up a little
Patrick
bit.
know that? You've got to book him. You've got to book him this week.
I think that's a great call. And he was in the arena last night, which is so cool. But I brought
I
Patrick with me
know.
to college, which raised some eyebrows in the dorm.
It did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and then
Small.
we put Patrick in my daughter's crib, and she grew up with him. So, Patrick, I feel for all the guys who were so great and didn't get there, and it was so nice to see Patrick in there, and John Starks, and Bernard King, who was my first favorite Knick, and it feels like all the alumni getting to be there was really special because it has been so long, all the people who kind of got the Knicks to that night last night.
And Willie, I talked about this in our 7 o'clock hour, but we can't talk about it enough. The spirit in New York City throughout this entire series, but especially after Game 4, and then last night, seeing the videos from every corner of the city, hundreds, if not thousands of people just gathered in spontaneous celebration. Talk about what this has done for New York City and for the people of New York City.
Yeah, my 19-year-old daughter was out there last night. I think she's home, but I haven't checked yet. She may still be out in the streets partying with her friends. Yeah, you're totally right, Jonathan. I mean, this is, first of all, not to get too deep about it, but I do think given the way our country has kind of felt for the last, 10 years or so, like these moments remind us we want this. We want unity. Right. We want joy. We want togetherness. And it would have felt the same in San Antonio if they had won. And all these sort of opportunities we get to be together and to hug each other and love each other are so special because it's who we want to be. It's who we are. And I think there are people in high places kind of telling us we're divided, but then we get together and we're like, oh, no, I love you. I love my neighbor and all the people who live in my city. So I think that's why it's so special. And I was leaving that Game 4 in New York a couple of nights ago, and it was chaos in the streets in all the best ways. And then we got down to the subway platform, getting on the 2 train to come home. And the platform, everybody was chanting and singing together. And then we got on the train, and I said to my wife afterward, it was almost like a cartoon version of New York City, but it was real, which is it was people shoulder to shoulder, truly of all ethnicities and races and religions and ages. And we were all in this packed subway car together, and it just felt like, man, this is it felt right, it felt good. And I think the 53-year wait had a lot to do with it, but I also feel like any opportunity to fill the streets with joy and love, not just New Yorkers, any Americans, take it.
Yeah, the cultural aspect of this, I think, is really interesting. As someone who did not grow up a Knicks fan and is simply taken on their, I'm a sponge over the last few weeks.
Come on board.
But
me and
Taylor Swift, besties. The cultural aspect of this, where you have, to your point, people saying, oh, wait, that we can be reminded that we don't have to live the way we've been living as a country the last 10 years. To juxtapose that with what we're seeing on the South Lawn later on today, how do you think, like as someone who follows this as much as we do, if not more, how do you put that juxtaposition in words for folks who are watching?
Yeah, I think I think there are people out there, and you guys know this as well as I do, that are actively trying to divide us or telling us that we're divided. And then you come home and you go to your Little League game or your church or your school night or whatever it is, and you go, oh, no, I don't feel that way. They're telling me to feel this way. And don't get me wrong, there are reasons to feel that things are not great in the country, and there are reasons to dislike or have contempt for certain leaders in the country for the way they're behaving. But I think we just get these core moments that remind us who we actually are and who we still can be and who we may be on the other side of this. And I think, the motorcycles flying over the White House yesterday and the fight that's going to happen tonight, nothing against UFC. I get it. It's very popular. It's not for me. I'm not a fan. But to have that on the South Lawn and to have that kind of event ostensibly for the 250th anniversary, but really it's the birthday party in the backyard for President Trump. We get our kids like those blow-up water slides or bouncy castle in the yard, and President Trump got a UFC arena in his backyard. But I think maybe that's a blip tonight, and I think it's interesting when you watch the series, the NBA Finals, it was like the one night that felt a little, was the night that the president was coming, just because it inserted politics and the fans were going to boo, and it took the focus away from the team a little bit. But I thought the players, the Knicks, did a great job of kind of deflecting it and living in the moment and not letting any of that steal the joy of the city that we're all feeling this morning.
The sage may have worked for the Knicks. Willie, guys, thank you for coming on.
Patrick, thanks
Willie.
you for having us on.
Exactly.
That is just the best.
Up next.